Bienvenue! It's French class again, your favorite part of the day, your favorite part of the week, the best part of your year. You know you love it. Anyway, I actually do love it, so maybe it's contagious and maybe you'll love it too. All right, so today we're going to take those verbs we learned and the endings we learned and we're going to add some verbs to it. So remember, we've been learning verbs that end in ER. Jouer, danser, chanter, right? And we've been learning the endings that we can put on to make them actually be with a subject. So instead of just saying chanter, to sing, I can now say I sing, je chante. Or I can say they sing, ils chantent. Or you sing, more than one person. You sing, vous chantez. So now I'm going to learn some new adjectives that take the same endings. It's the nice thing is any verb that has an ER just about has exactly the same endings, which are the endings that you learned the last few days that we've been doing verbs. So here we go. First, let's do some bell work. So get out your notebook, and I want you to translate these into French. And I want you to remember that in English, we can say, I am dancing. But in French, we can only say, I dance. Same thing with the next one. I can't say, you are singing in French. I can only say, you sing. So where we have 3 words, they have 2. So think about that while you're doing it. I recommend that you pause and do this because I'm going to go to the answers in about 5 seconds. Okay, here are our answers. Remember, I am dancing and I dance are the same thing in French. Je danse is I dance and je danse is I am dancing. The same thing's true for the next one. Tu chantes. You sing, you are singing. Elle travaille. She works, she is working. Il nage. He swims, he is swimming. Elle joue au foot. She plays soccer, she is playing soccer. So you can see it's a little simpler in French than in English. You just have to know the verb. You don't have to know all the different forms in the present tense like you do in other languages, like English. Okay, let's do a little bit of review. I want you guys to tell me out loud. Just tell me. Don't worry about this whiteboards thing. That's for something else. Just tell me what letter goes on the end of mange. Exactly. E. What goes on the end of je regarde? E. Fantastique. How about est-ce que tu aimes la musique? Yes, parfait, perfect. Madame, est-ce que tu écoutes la musique? What should the ending be on écoute? Right? And now Chris is going to say, non, je n'écoute pas la musique. What should go on the end of écoute? Excellent. Oops, those are in the wrong place, aren't they? Tu écoutes should have an ES, but je n'écoute pas just has an E. Not sure what happened with my formatting there. Oh well. Madame, you do not talk on the phone in class. That's what Madame says, right? Tu ne parles pas au téléphone en classe. What are we going to put on the end of that? It's tu that has to match, right? So we're going to put ES, exactly. Tu ne parles pas au téléphone en classe. Est-ce que tu marches? What goes on the end of that? Excellent. Est-ce que tu marches à l'école? You can't hear that S, can you? Marche could be je marche, tu marches, il marche, elle marche, but it does have a different letter and you need to know that when you're writing. Okay, now that we practice our old verbs, let's learn some new verbs. Here are 6 new verbs to add to our notes, and I guarantee they're not super complicated. Let's write these 5 down first. On the left, write down the ones on the left in French, and then we'll go through them and we'll say them in English. We'll write the English translation. Okay, let's look at the first one. Aimer means to like. We already know that one, don't we? Aimer is to like. Say it after me, aimer. We can take this verb and conjugate it all the way through. J'aime, tu aimes, il aime, elle aime, nous aimons, vous aimez, ils aiment, elles aiment. So you can look at the conjugation that you learned with the endings and just take a verb right through that conjugation. The next one is habiter à, and it means to live in. It doesn't mean to be alive. It means to live physically in a place. Say it after me. It's habiter à. Habiter à. Excellent. J'habite à Peoria. Right? I have to use a J apostrophe because the H is silent. That makes it a vowel sound and I need to blend them together. J'habite à Peoria. Tu habites à Glendale. If I'm talking to one of you. If I'm talking to all of you, vous habitez à Glendale, which for the most part is true. Vous habitez à Glendale. Moi, j'habite à Peoria, mais vous habitez à Glendale. Nous habitons, we all live, nous habitons à Arizona. Nous habitons à Arizona. Excellent. Inviter is pretty obvious, right? To invite. Everyone say it. It's inviter. Inviter. To invite. Let's say I'm inviting you to my house, right? J'invite whoever it is. Maybe I'm going to ask Adam Levine to my house because I love Adam Levine. J'invite Adam Levine à la maison. Right? We know à la maison, it means home or to the house. J'habite Adam Levine à la maison. Maybe I want to bring him over to Glendale, right? J'habite Adam Levine, j'invite Adam Levine à Glendale High School. Right? Excellent. Organiser une boum means to throw a party. Obviously, the word organiser means to organize, but when you use it with une boum, which is a party, then it's to throw a party. Say it after me slowly. It's organiser une boum. Organiser une boum. Excellent. J'habite à Peoria. J'organise une boum. J'invite Adam Levine. Because j'aime Adam Levine. So you see, I can use all four of those first verbs in one little bunch of sentences, in a little story. J'habite à Peoria. J'organise une boum. J'invite Adam Levine because j'aime Adam Levine. Excellent. Visiter means to visit, but only a place, not a person. To say you visit somewhere is to say you go into a space. You can't go into a space of a person. Then you'd be standing on their head, I guess. So say it after me. It's visiter. Visiter. Excellent. Adam Levine visite ma maison. Adam Levine visits my house. So I can use all of these together. I can say, j'organise une boum. I'll start with where I live. J'habite à Peoria. J'organise une boum. J'aime Adam Levine. Alors, which means so, j'invite Adam Levine à la boum. Adam Levine visite ma maison. Super, right? I like Adam Levine. I'm throwing a party. Invite him. He's visiting my house. Okay, we're going to go through practicing the different forms of this. All I want you to do for this one is just to put the je together with the verb and then the J apostrophe if necessary. So I'm going to do this one for you so you can see how we do it. And then we'll go through. There are a few of them. So we'll start here. We'll say j'aime, j'habite à, j'invite, j'organise, je visite. You'll notice that all four of the first one use the apostrophe form because they all have vowel sounds at the beginning. J'aime, j'habite à, j'invite, j'organise, je visite. So with visite, we use je. So I would like you to pause this and take a second to go through reading all of these, and then we're going to go on to the next one. In 4 seconds, I'm going to go to the next one, so you might want to press pause. Okay, now we're going to go on to 2. If you can hold on 1 second, I'm really sorry to interrupt the tape, but do you have my power cord? Thank you. Sorry, my laptop is about to run out of power and I'm talking to you guys. All right, here we go. So you're going to do the same thing with this one. You're going to say tu aimes, habites à, tu invites, tu organises, tu visites. Fantastic. I'm going to count to 4, so go ahead and pause while you say these. Okay, let's try il. Remember, pause if you need more time. I'll do it for you as an example. Il aime, il habite à, il invite, il organise, il visite. Your turn, press pause. Elle. I'll give you an example. Elle aime, elle habite à, elle invite, elle organise, elle visite. That was awesome. We're going to do a little bit more speaking. This is really blurry, and honestly, if it's too blurry for you, That's okay. Just do the best you can do to see if you can read what the words are. I don't know how it got so blurry, but somehow it did. So what you're going to do is look at each picture and you're going to make a sentence about what that person is doing. So for example, in number 1, you have elle, right? She's a she. And what is she doing? You can look at the top, but you can also figure it out on your own. Elle chante, right? She's singing. For number 2, again, a female. She's dancing. So you're going to say elle danse. Exactly. There are a couple where there's no person, and you have to figure out what you want to say that verb is, and you get to decide. So for example, where there's an invitation, you can figure out that someone is inviting someone. Just say il invite or elle invite. So I'd like you to press pause, go through these, and if you want to go through it a second time in writing, that would also be awesome. But if not, just do the speaking part. So press pause now. Okay, thank you so much for being understanding when my computer almost ran out of power. That's a terrible feeling, isn't it, when you're doing something and you look down and it says you have 1% left and you get that little notice saying like your computer's gonna die if you don't do something. So I appreciate you being so patient with me. So, c'est le moment pour aller faire les devoirs. It's time for us to go do our independent work. Allons-y, let's go. So I'm going to wish you guys a bon matin, happy morning or afternoon, une bonne journée, a nice day. And I am going to sign off. Au revoir et à demain.